From the beginning, we faced different paths, all with different challenges. But the journey unites us. We connect people with career resources and opportunities because we envision a community where everyone can thrive. We work with local food programs to provide healthy diets for those in need.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Because we know that the foundation of a healthy lifestyle starts in the kitchen. Together, we're striving for a healthier and stronger community for everyone. We work with local schools to transform education, creating opportunities for growth and success in every area of a child's life. Because we know that our children will be the future of our community. We collaborate with local partners to create easier ways to receive health care so that we can be a community that cares for each other, treating health and wellness as a top priority. We look at poverty from a different perspective, so we can help those that are lost find a way out of homelessness. Because everyone should have a place they can call their own. We look deeper into our communities to create lasting change. No matter where we start, together we will overcome. Together, we are united.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2022 Campaign Kickoff Luncheon. Let's do this. Oh, have we got a great lunch festivities planned for you? This is going to be fantastic. My name is Dave Arwood. I'm from Q1073 and Kissing 99.3, all part of PMB Broadcasting and our friends from RCG Media. We're locally owned, locally operated, and very much community involved. Thank you guys for having me here today. Please put your hands together for our premier event sponsor, W.C. Bradley. Also, if you would please give a round of applause for our United Way staff. They have done a great job putting all of this on today. And most importantly, I want to thank you for helping us and all you do to help out with the folks at United Way. So give yourselves a round of applause. Now here it comes. Are you ready? From the famous W.C. Bradley Studios right here in Columbus, Georgia, it's the United Way Show! Let's get some contestants down here. First off, we've got Erica Walker. Come on down! She's taking off her shoes for this run. Full high-five action in the crowd. Erica Walker. All right, you're excited, right? Awesome. Next, we got Jake Golden. Come on down, Jake. You are the next contestant on the United Way Show. All right, next we got Troy Jackson. Where you at, Troy Jackson? Come on down, Troy. Awesome. Great contestants so far. Two more to go. How about we look to the audience and get Kyle Mims. Come on down, Kyle.
see you all here. Let's hear it for our friend Dave Arwood. And our amazing contestants. And our premier sponsor, the W.C. Bradley Company. And thank you also to Aflac for all of the game show props. They are awesome. All right, so let's get started with everybody's favorite game, Strategy Showdown. We will ask 5 questions to see how well you know the work United Way does. Buzz in when you think you know the right answer. Let's get started. Question 1. What number can you call, text, or visit online to find support during life's challenges? Kyle.
211.
That's right. 211. We are United for Health Access. 211 is our Health and Human Service referral line. You can call or text 211 or go to the online portal at any time to find over 300 resources in that database. We maintain the database in real time and are constantly trying to add new sources of information to that database. 211 is a very important resource in our community. Anything that doesn't rise to the level of a 911 call, you can call 211 and get hooked up with those services. The number one reason people call 211 is for housing-related needs, and then next are utility and rental assistance, food insecurity, and all sorts of other health and human service needs across our area. They work very closely with our other strategies, and we're very proud to have 211 at our United Way. Question 2. What strategy brings resources and support directly to students, parents, and educators? Dr. Golden.
Everyone knows the answer to that, Ben. The PCA.
Oh, I'm sorry. We all know that the right answer is, of course, Community Schools United. We are united for educational equity. Community schools, we started to implement the community school strategy here in the Chattahoochee Valley about 3 years ago now. And it's a really, really amazing strategy that brings resources into our high poverty public schools. And so we have 4 community schools currently: Brewer Elementary School, Martin Luther King Elementary School, Worthy Height Elementary School. And we're very proud to be launching our 4th community school at Phoenix City Community School right now. We're hiring a coordinator there. We've already been doing a lot of work with Phoenix City. It is a big deal. It is a big deal because these coordinators go to work at the school every day. They have a resource room at the school. That resource room is stocked with hygiene products, with fresh uniforms. There's a calm corner where the kids can come when they're having a tough time and talk with our coordinator and get the social and emotional support that they need. We provide a lot of food out of those resource rooms, and we're building resource teams at each of our community schools of community leaders, business leaders, teachers, administrators from the school. Parents get involved in the resource teams. And so it's a really amazing way to get back to the community, build up that school environment, and from that will come neighborhood growth and neighborhood prosperity. It's a strategy that really attacks intergenerational poverty from an early education standpoint, but also provides services for the parents, for grandma, little brother. It's not just the students who are attending the school. We really want to do outreach to everyone that has an interest in the school, that's coming to the school on a daily basis. And the schools are an amazing entry point for services in our community. And so that's what Community Schools is. It's a national strategy. There's lots of resources coming in nationally for this. We're very proud to have just submitted a very large federal grant. So fingers crossed on that. And that would expand our strategy out to 9 schools. And so more to come on that. We'll know about that in a few months. But we are incredibly committed to this strategy. We went looking for a strategy that would diversify our impact across our community about 3 years ago, and Community Schools really is that strategy. So very exciting work going on there. I'll I'll give one example of the kind of work that goes on in the school on a daily basis. At Dorothy Height Elementary School, we have a washer and dryer. And a lot of kids will come to school with soiled uniform, haven't had their clothes washed in a long time, and it's really expensive to go to the laundromat these days. A lot of our families in the Dorothy Height District don't have access to a washer and dryer at home. And so they come in, they're able to do their laundry, we have all the detergent and supplies there that they need, and then during that time that they're doing their clothing, they can interact with Brittany, our community school coordinator at Dorothy Height, and she can discover other needs through those conversations. So, really proud of Community Schools United and really excited about the future of this strategy for our United Way. All right. Question 3. True or false? Home for Good is a United Way strategy that helps move individuals or families from homelessness to permanent, stable housing. Erica.
Hey, Mom. Ben, the answer is true.
Erica, you're absolutely right. The answer is Home for Good. True. We are united for economic mobility. So Home for Good is an amazing public-private partnership that we have as a department of our United Way. And Home for Good works with all of the homeless service providers in our area and is the lead for the continuum of care. And through that continuum of care, since COVID, we've had millions of dollars invested by the federal government, coming through the Department of Community Affairs in Atlanta, to help us not just triage the issues of homelessness once it's happened, but begin to prevent homelessness, to pay a rent or utility bill that someone is struggling to pay. And there's a cascading event when you start to fall behind on your bills and then potentially become homeless. And so we can get folks over that hump with some of these prevention resources. And then there's also the piece of it where our team has a lot of case management on it, and they go out and they find the folks that are experiencing homelessness in our community, and they have a conversation with them about getting into permanent housing. And so those conversations lead to a lot of times those folks becoming permanently housed, and then that is the basis for upward mobility from there. And so it's really difficult to have any sort of success in life if you do not have a place to call your own, if you do not have your own place to take a shower, your own bed at night. And unfortunately, we have about 250 people at any given time in our community that are in that situation. Fortunately, and I think in large part due to the work of Home for Good and the partnership with the city there, those numbers have stayed relatively flat through COVID. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen news stories, that is not the case in a lot of communities around the United States. And so we've been very fortunate and been working very hard to make sure that we house as many people as want housing in our community that are currently on the streets. And so Home for Good is doing amazing work, and we're incredibly proud of Home for Good in our United Way. All right. Question 4. What strategy invests your donations in local programs providing the most needed services? Troy.
High goal.
Oh, unfortunately not. We are united for community investment. Community investment is a strategy of our United Way. It is the oldest strategy of our United Way, and it is our core business at United Way. The majority of the funds raised in this year's campaign, and in every campaign for the last 72 years in the Chattahoochee Valley, are invested back into our agency partners through our spring community investment process. We get a large group of volunteers together, 70, 80 volunteers. Pre-COVID, we're trying to get back up to those numbers now. And those volunteers do site visits, and they score the applications, and then we have meetings where we decide what the grant amounts are going to be for our agency partners. In any given year, we'll fund between 25 and 30 nonprofit agencies in our region, and about 40 to 45 different programs across those nonprofit partners. And so this is the core of United Way. This is what we do on an annual basis and have been doing for a very long time and will continue to do in perpetuity. But we are adding in the other strategies around community investment, and we plan to make some big, bold goals around where we want to move this community over the next few years, and community investment is an enormous part of that. All right. 5, what percentage of people in the Chattahoochee Valley area are living in poverty?
Piece of cake, Ben. We're right at the national average of 12.5%.
Oh, unfortunately, that is incorrect. It is almost double that number. The poverty rate in Muskogee County is 22%, and that's pretty similar across the region that we live in as well, not just Muskogee County. Our newest strategy is poverty reduction, and it's our least well developed. It's very new for us, but it's something that we feel really strongly about should be driving all of our work for the next 10 years. We are developing a 10-year plan to reduce the poverty rate in the Chattahoochee Valley by a large percentage, likely in the neighborhood of 50%. There's been a lot of work done on this front already. The mayor is very supportive of this initiative. The Chattahoochee Valley Poverty Reduction Coalition, led by Belva Dorsey at Enrichment Services, and a big team around her, have been working on these issues for years now. There's a poverty portal that's going to roll out soon, that's going to start to streamline the case management and hopefully get all case management in our area into a common database, and that'll do a lot of things for us. We'll be able to share information better across systems, triage issues better, and really get everybody moving in the same direction around a big goal of reducing poverty, because poverty is at the center of all of the ills that we face in our society. And so if we can reduce poverty, get that number coming down, it's going to make big gains in all of the areas of concern that we have. Crime and violence is obviously a big concern for us here in this region. Food insecurity, Frank Shepard's back here. FEMA Valley does an amazing job. But we still have food deserts here in this area. And so reduction of poverty is going to alleviate a lot of these concerns, and it's in our focus areas of educational equity, health access, and economic mobility feed directly into poverty reduction. So our United Way is aligning strategies around some big goals, and there's a lot more to come on that front. So we're excited about this new aspect of our work, and we think long term this will kind of overlay everything that we do. So it's a big deal, and there's a lot more to come on that front. All right.
Thank you, Ben. Round of applause for Ben Moser. You guys came to a luncheon today and turned out to be a game show. Are you having fun? Awesome. You probably recognize this game, Plinko. What do y'all say we play some Plinko and get some audience involvement? What do you say here? If you were handed a golden ticket when you came in today, come on down. We're going to get you to make your way up those stairs there, and then we've covered up the prizes, so after you drop the ball and we get our contestants down, then we will let them know what they won. This is going to be exciting. Are you ready? Are you scared of heights?
All right. I got it.
Just one more step. Okay. All right, let's drop it and see where it lands. Let's get some loud for the man. Come on. Where do you find out what you won? This is going to be awesome. You ready for this?
Yes, you ready?
You have won a brand new car! Oh yeah, you're gonna look great in this Well, welcome here. Round of applause for Carrie. Have you ever played Plinko? Well, this is going to be fun. Make your way right over here. We're going to get you up the stairs and play some Plinko. We've got a couple more really awesome prizes that we're going to be giving away. Are you scared of heights? Oh, she's got this. Y'all give her a round of applause. There we go. And hit the second hole. Come on down. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. What would you like to win today?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me what I am winning?
Well, let's just do that. It just so happens that I have that written right here. Congratulations. You have just won 100 grand. I was hoping you were going to say money or cash, but that's close. Close enough. All right, sir. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
And who are you with?
I'm with WC Brown Company.
Have you ever played Plinko?
I have not.
What would you like to win out of this today, sir?
Oh man, I'll take 100 grand.
Well, make your way right over here. We just may have another one. We know people. Pace, are you scared of heights?
Sir.
Y'all give Pace a round of applause. He's on this side. Come on down, Pace. You're going to love this. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Pace. You have won a brand new grill. And I believe this is a Weber grill.
I only cook on charcoal grill.
That one does come with condiments too, by the way. Thank you, Pace. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for being our campaign chair. Thank you so much. Pace Halter, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you all for being here. As you've heard repeatedly, I am Pace Halter. I'm with the WC Brown Company, and I am the 2022 campaign chair. Before I get into my remarks, I do want to say a couple of quick thank yous. Dave was kind enough to thank the United Way team. I'd like to ask that group to please stand up if you're not already standing. These folks put a tremendous amount of effort, not only into this event, but into their daily work. So if you're with United Way, please stand up and let the room recognize you. Thank you. I'd also be remiss if I didn't thank the Trade Center team. I don't know if Haley is here, but all the folks at the Trade Center for the setting, for the room, for the food, thank you all very much for what you do and letting us host this event. So as I said, it is great to see everyone. If you remember back to last year, it was hot. We were outside. It was a wonderful event, but it's nice to be back inside and enjoying a little bit of air conditioning. You know, when Ben asked me to consider chairing this year, if I'm perfectly honest with myself and with you, I was very nervous and a little bit reluctant. As a business leader, my mind went immediately to a lot of the struggles that we're all feeling. When you think about our current environment, the slowing economy, lower stock market, inflation, and certainly, last but not least, COVID. It's interesting, 2022 is starting to feel like an emergence from COVID. At least for us, the folks at the Bradley Company are starting to come back to work, back to the office. It's great to see everybody again. I suspect that's happening in a number of places around the community. But as we emerge from COVID, United Way certainly was not without feeling an impact. And Ben shared this number with me, and I want to share it with you. It's a staggering statistic, but through the course of COVID, United Way lost 4,400 donors. That's 4,400 individual donors. Most of those were employees tied to employee plans and employee programs. And I think a lot of that had to do with remote work. That is over over these 3 years that we've just been through. The other important statistic in that is that over half of the annual contributions come from that employee group. So you can imagine the impact that United Way has felt, and therefore all of the other organizations that United Way supports and what they have felt as a result of that reduction. But an interesting thing happened as I agreed to take on this role and be chair, based really on my understanding and belief of the importance of the work, not only the work of the campaign, but the work of the United Way in the community. And that for me ultimately was the driving decision in agreeing to chair. We started our community meetings, as we do each year, with business leaders and other organizations around the community. And if you know Columbus well, you know one thing: it is both persistent and resilient. And we started to see that in droves as we started having our meetings. We discussed campaigns and strategies with the companies that we met with. The Columbus spirit showed through in all of its strengths for a community grounded in philanthropy. We had great responses from the companies and all of the folks that we met with. And while we have a great start, we got a lot of work to do to get to our goal that we're going to share with you all here in just a minute. So my ask with all of you in the room is very simple. You're here today because you're a believer in the work of the United Way, and you support that work with your time and your money. But what we need is well beyond all of you in this room. What we need is for each of you to leave here and think about your teammates and your colleagues and your fellow workers, maybe even your competitors, and invite them, or better yet, maybe even challenge them to participate. The ultimate goal for us is to see, can we claw back some of those 4,400 participants that we've lost over the last 3 years, and maybe add a few new ones. That ultimately for us is the goal. It's about participation and trying to drive our numbers back to where they used to be. That will allow United Way to continue to do the work that it does all around this community. So with that, I'm going to invite Ben back to the stage. And while he's coming up, I want to tell you a little bit, very briefly, about my belief on goals, because this has been a significant conversation over the last few weeks. My personal belief on goals is they shouldn't be easy. It should not be something that you set with the expectation that you are going to get to. It should be a challenge, and it should be a struggle, and you should have to fight to get there. And that, I think, ultimately is what we've done with this year's goal. It's not going to be easy, and it's going to take everybody in this room, plus a whole lot more to get there. But we set it, we feel really, really good about it. And with that, we're excited to share this year's campaign goal with you.
All right. What do you think the goal should be? Stay.
We're crossing 7 million.
That's 2018, 2019,
7-2?
I think we can do better than that.
All right.
20,
7.28.
here comes 2021.
7.3. Can we do better? Come on! This, as I understand it, is the largest goal in Columbus United Way history. I want to thank you all for your support. I want to ask for your continued help to get us there. And with that, Ben, I'll turn it over to you.
We need everyone in this room to hit this goal. As Pace laid down, this is not an easy goal. There is no guarantee of us hitting this goal. We've been a little bit conservative with our goaling through COVID, and we have overshot the mark thanks to a lot of great corporate and foundation support, and a lot of our Tocqueville Society giving has come in really strong. Even though we've lost those 4,400 donors through COVID, our bottom line number has gone up. To get to here, we're going to have to get all that support and recapture the donors that we've lost and get new donors. So everybody here, the charge to you is do what Pace said. Go out and find a company, go out and find a friend, find a colleague, find a competitor, and talk about United Way to them. You are what makes this work. Your investment, your time, your treasure, your talent, we need all of it this year. And the most important thing is the community needs it. We set this goal not because we as United Way want to raise more money and have a big goal, but because the need in the community is so great and it's growing. This is the number we need to hit to serve the community like we have to this year and like we will in years forward. So thank you for everything. We greatly appreciate all of you. Please give your time. Please talk about United Way to your friends, family, and colleagues. Go out, have a great day. This concludes the luncheon. Thank you for being here today.